So let's start using React. What we're going to do here is I've got React, I've got my React DOM, and I'm going to put a div on the page because React needs a place to get mounted to. It needs a starting point. And so this is a very common pattern where I'm going to have this div. I'm going to call it root because it's going to be the root of my application. And I'm going to create a JavaScript variable. Notice I'm placing this on the bottom because the DOM ends up loading in order. This could also end up, and probably should, go in another file. But I'm going to use query selector with the pound. I always like to see that I have it first. Again, just a couple of lines at a time. It's fine. Let's take this out. Let's make sure we could find the root to our application. And so React, in terms of React integrating with the DOM or adding React elements to the DOM, you really have to go through React. Under the covers, React is going to call native DOM methods. There's no way of getting around it. The browser itself doesn't natively know anything about React. So how do you do that? Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my React DOM. So the reason why we have React DOM is that we want to render something. And what we're going to end up rendering is a React.createElement. So what we can end up adding to the DOM are React elements. Again, these are just going to, in the end, be DOM elements. But React is very, very good at managing the DOM. That's what it ends up doing best. It really is the only thing that it ends up doing. And so what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to create an element. So React knows how to create some elements right out of the box. It knows how to create basic HTML tags. So I always like to start off with this example. It's the simplest one. You could see something. You don't even have to put anything inside of it, just with a plain old HR tag. So React knows these HTML tags. You have to start them with lowercase letters. And if I end up doing this, I'm going to see a horizontal rule right off the bat. So that's my first starting point. I could do a React create element. I could put an HR tag. And that's always like the first thing I like to do to make sure that I can end up getting React up and running.